The Golden Fish, a fisherman's magical tale for kids. Once upon a time, in a sleepy seaside village where the ocean sang lullabies to the shore, there lived an old fisherman named Taro. His beard was as white as sea foam, and his boat creaked like it had stories of its own. Every morning before the first rooster crowed, Taro rowed out into the misty waves with his rusty net and hopeful heart. But Taro was not a lucky man. The sea, it seemed, had forgotten him. Day after day, his net came up empty, except for seashells, driftwood, and the occasional crab waving its claws in complaint. Still, Taro never lost hope. The ocean gives when it's ready, he would whisper to the waves. And until then, I'll just keep rowing. One shimmering sunrise, when the sky was painted with pinks and golds, Taro tossed his net one last time before heading home. It sank deep, deeper than usual, and suddenly jerked tight. "Oh ho," Taro gasped. "This one's heavy. Maybe it's a big tuna." He pulled and tugged, muscles trembling until the net burst from the surface in a splash of golden light. Inside, flapping and glimmering like a living sunbeam, was a fish made entirely of gold. Its scales shone like treasure, and its eyes sparkled brighter than stars. "Please, good fisherman," the fish spoke. Yes, spoke, in a voice as soft as sea breeze. "Let me go. I am no ordinary fish. I am the golden fish, guardian of the deep. Spare my life, and I shall grant you one wish." Taro nearly fell into the water. A talking fish? A magical one? It was like a dream. He thought for a long moment, scratching his beard. "I could ask for riches," he murmured, "or a big house, or no more fishing ever again." But then he looked at the tiny fish, wriggling in the net, and smiled kindly. "Little one, I've lived my life with the sea. I only wish that it would be kind to me and my village. Let the waves bring us good fortune, so no one goes hungry." A golden fish shimmered brighter. "A heart as pure as sunlight," it said. "Your wish shall ripple across the tides." And with a flick of its tail, the fish vanished into the depths, leaving behind a single golden scale that floated in Taro's hand. The next morning, the villagers woke to the scent of something miraculous. The shore was lined with fresh fish, glittering and fat, enough for every family in the village. The people danced and sang, calling it the sea's gift. And from that day on, no one in the village went hungry. Taro became a hero. Everyone praised his luck and kindness. But fame is a tricky wave. It rises and falls quickly. Soon, the fisherman's greedy neighbor, Hana, grew jealous. She wanted her own golden fish. "If the sea gave him a treasure," she sneered, "why not me? I'll find that fish and make my wish." So the next day, Hana set sail before dawn in her shiny new boat. She threw her net again and again until, by a twist of fate, she too caught the golden fish. The creature gleamed weakly in the sunlight, still magnificent but weary. "Spare me, and you shall have your wish," it whispered. "Oh, I know exactly what I want," Hana said, grinning greedily. "I want a palace by the sea, jewels in every room, and servants to do my fishing." The fish sighed softly. "Your wish is granted." In a swirl of golden bubbles, the sea roared and shimmered. And when Hana blinked, there stood a glittering palace of coral and pearl. She laughed with glee. But as the days passed, Hana wanted more. She called again to the sea, demanding the golden fish return. When the waves brought the fish back, she said, "I want to be queen of all the oceans." The fish's glow dimmed. "Greed grows like a storm," it warned. "Beware, for the sea's heart is deep and wild." But Hana only stomped her jeweled foot. "Do it!" The fish flicked its tail once more. A giant wave rose from the horizon, higher and higher until it swallowed her palace whole. When the sea calmed, there was no trace of Hana, only her boat, gently bobbing empty on the water. Taro, who had been watching from the shore, bowed his head sadly. The golden fish appeared one last time beside his boat. "You wished with kindness," it said, and so your heart brought light. But greed darkens the soul, and even the sea cannot save those who take without giving." Taro nodded. "Then I shall keep fishing, not for gold, but for goodness." The fish smiled, its scales gleaming brighter than ever, and that, dear fisherman, is the truest treasure of all. With that, it leapt into the sunlight and disappeared forever. From then on, Taro taught the children of the village to fish, to share, and to care for the ocean. He would tell them, "The sea is like a friend. Treat it with kindness and it will always find a way to thank you." And sometimes, on quiet evenings, when the sun sank low and the waves glowed like molten gold, he thought he saw a shimmer beneath the water, a golden tail flicking happily through the deep. Moral of the story: true wealth doesn't come from wishes or treasures. It comes from kindness, gratitude, and sharing what you have.